Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the STEM Digital School. This is Coding for Grade 4, and I'm your presenter, Mr. Paul de Klerk. There's my email address, so if you would like to send me any questions or you want to share some of what you are creating with me, please ask your parents to send me an email there, and then I will have a look at what you guys are doing. Also, if you want to invite your friends to come and join us in the live lessons, then you can ask your parents to tell their parents to go and visit the Africa Team Geeks website, and there they can subscribe to the mailing list, and then they will receive the times and the links to all of our lessons. These links sometimes do change because we need to take everyone's security into account when we are doing things online like this. So the more we change the links, the more secure it becomes. It's a bit of extra work for us all, but it's rather that and being safe than not doing it and being exposed to online dangers. Okay, so today we had a small technical problem which prevented us from having the live lesson. So I'm recording this lesson through for you guys, and we will upload the video to YouTube so that you can go and catch it there. And then hopefully you will be caught up when tomorrow's lesson comes. So a few coding principles. Now I teach the same principles every day for a week, and I create these principles in a manner that if you learn them, you will have good habits and a good foundation to learn any coding language from, okay? So we are using code.org at the moment, and code.org is based off of a coding language called JavaScript. But there are many other coding languages. So I want to set you guys up so that you can one day learn other coding languages as well, and you will be ready for it. Okay, so the first one is we want to make sure what the goal of the puzzle is. So in code.org, we get puzzles. If you are working on a project, then you want to know what the goal of the project is. But the main idea is we want to identify the main goal. Then we want to follow the problem-solving steps. So sometimes when we look at the main goal, we see that we have to write code that may be 15 blocks long. So instead of trying to do all 15 blocks at the same time, we can just go and find the problem and divide it into smaller problems, right? So we find the smaller problem, we create a solution for the smaller problem, we test that solution, and then we make adjustments accordingly if we need to make any adjustments. So I'm just going to talk through this again. I forgot to fix the slide again, so I will fix it before tomorrow. So we want to make sure what the goal of the puzzle or the project is, the main big goal of what we want to do. We want to divide that into smaller problems, and then we're going to follow the problem-solving steps by finding those smaller problems. We're going to create solutions for the smaller problems. We're going to test our solutions, and then we will make adjustments if we need to. And what this will do is once we've found the solution for all the smaller problems, we put all those solutions together. That will help us to reach the goal, okay? And then we want to arrange and organize information. So where we have comments, we want to use them if needed to make sure that we can fully understand what we're reading and looking at and following the code without having to run the code, okay? And this also helps us if somebody else has to work on our code or they have to come and do some debugging, which is what we call problem finding in coding language, they can easily do that, right? So today we're in lesson 10, looking ahead with Minecraft, puzzle 10 to 14, but I think we are actually a bit behind. I think we're on puzzle number 9, so we'll just play catch up, that's okay. Okay, let me jump to the coding screen, and there. Lesson 9 is the last one we did yesterday, so I just want to talk through this again, and then we can move on to the next puzzle. So if you are new, I'm just quickly going to talk through this, okay? This is where we navigate through our lessons. So this link here at the top, if you're watching the recording, you can type this into your address bar, okay? Remember to put the dots on the right places, the forward slashes, the dashes, everything needs to be exactly the same. If you type that into the address bar, then you will end up on the same page here, right? And that is going to allow you to come and code on this screen here. So then if you click on this, you can go ahead and view the other lessons that are available. I'm going to show that to you. This is a section I specifically created under my account at code.org so that you guys can come and work here. Now you can go back to lesson 1 and start at puzzle number 1 and then work your way through until you've caught up to where we are. Okay, so you can come and visit our classes, do 2 or 3 puzzles with us live, and then in your own time you can go and do some extra puzzles to try and catch up to where we are, and that way you won't be lost. Okay. Now, after we've done that, I just want to start this over again. You see here are the puzzles that are available in this lesson. So this one has 14, some of them have 12. It just depends on each lesson and what they are teaching us. And here we can see that there are green dots. Those are the dots of the puzzles that we have already completed. And these white dots are ones that we haven't done yet. And here we have this flag. These are lesson extras. We do not do them in the live lessons, but you can do them on your own time. And that's going to help you to practice what we learn here. Here are the instructions. So we always read this first. Then we view our play window here, or play area. This is where everything happens that we do. Here we have our toolbox. Now this toolbox means that these blocks are all tools that we can use to create code to make this character do something. Now these blocks can get pulled into the workspace like that. And we need to see that if it is shaded out like this, it will not run. It needs to touch the other code that is on the page already. You can see that each time I add a new block, I make sure that little orange arrow is there before I release my mouse button. Okay, now it will run because it's all connected. If we have code here that we do not want, we can just drag it back to the toolbox and it will be deleted. This when run block cannot move, it stays there. And the reason is that is tied into this run button. So when we click this button, this code will activate anything that is underneath it, this block. If we have a lot of code on here and we want to try again, maybe we don't want to manually drag everything off, we can just click on start over, select start over, and this will be emptied out so that we can start from the beginning. Okay, so let's run through this puzzle very quickly. You'll find most valuable resources underground. So we're coding in Minecraft, right? Those of you that know Minecraft, some of these things will be familiar to you. But it can get dark. So place at least 2 torches and mine at least 2 coal. So this is our goal. We need to place 2 torches. At least means no less than. Okay, so we need to place at least 2. We cannot place less than 2 torches. Okay, in order for us to reach the goal. The next one says mine at least 2 coal. So again, no less than 2 coal has to be mined, right? Now, if we look in this play area, we can see these blocks that have these black dots on them. Those ones are the coal blocks, okay? Now, when we break them, destroy block, then we will mine them and he will collect them, or she, this is Alex, she will collect them and then she can use them again later to do something. So what we need to do first is we need to divide this goal of getting 2 coal and placing 2 torches into smaller puzzles. So the first puzzle is we need to decide where do we want to mine because we want to move that way. The closest place, in my opinion, is right here. These 2 blocks right next to each other. But Alex is not facing that way. So what we need to do is we need to make Alex turn left to face towards this. And then we can just start by placing a torch right where Alex is standing, because then we have our first torch down. Then we want to destroy the block in front of Alex. Okay, so let's test that before we carry on. And we see that our first solution works, right? So it seems disappointed because remember, we haven't reached the goal yet. We've only gotten 1 solution. Okay, so now if we move forward, now we're going to be in a position where we can mine the next block. Okay, but we don't want to turn left again. So what we can do is we can either write this code again, place a torch and destroy the block and move forward. Okay, and that's going to let Alex mine that block and place a torch and move forward. Or we can put this section of code, this sequence of code, in a repeat. And we can tell this to happen 2 times. So what's going to happen now with the repeat block is the repeat block says repeat this many times whatever is in here. So this code we call this a sequence of code. And look at that. Alex has now placed 2 torches and collected 2 blocks of coal. Okay, so let me just talk through the code before we move on. So we start off by saying turn left. This one can toggle to have left or right. So if you wanted to go up here or there to mine, you would have used the turn right one. Okay. Then we said, okay, we first create the sequence and test the sequence to make sure it will solve our first little problem. And our first little problem was we had to place a torch and we had to get coal and we had to move in order to be aligned to do this again. Then we saw that this sequence is good. So we want to use it twice because we have to place 2 torches and we have to collect 2 coal. So instead of creating this entire thing again and having 6 blocks of code, we put this inside a repeat. Now the repeat says this sequence of code, you're going to do this 2 times, okay? And now we're only using 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks instead of 6, right? I'm just going to reset this, run it again, and then we can move on. Okay, great. So now we are going on to puzzle number 10. Okay, so this is saying mine this iron. So we need to mine the iron there. Now, we need to read the instructions first because you can't just rush in here and start mining the iron. There are some things that we need to know before we can do that. So walking into molten lava is a bad idea. So we can already see there is a restriction on how we can move. We can't just move forward. We need to do something before we can move in this area where the molten lava is, because if we walk into it, that is a bad idea according to the instructions. So they're saying, place cobblestone to create a bridge. Then mine at least 2 of the iron blocks. So the goal is first we want to place cobblestone and then we want to mine 2 iron blocks. So now we need to break this into smaller problems. The first problem is we cannot place cobblestone in the lava from here. We need to be next to the lava to do that. So in order to reach the lava, we need to move forward 1 space. And that's an easy solution. And we can test it. And now we see that we are in line. Great. So now we can see there's this new block that says place cobblestone ahead. So ahead means it's going to place the cobblestone in front of where Alex is. It's not going to place it on the same space that she is standing on. It's going to place it in front of her. So we're going to say place cobblestone ahead. Now when we run it, we can see that sequence is good. Now we need to obviously cross here, stand there and start mining here. So we want to move forward to be on top of the cobblestone that will be there. The cobblestone can also adjust, okay? But we need to keep this toggle on cobblestone because that's what they say here. We need to place a cobblestone to create the bridge, not any other block, cobblestone, okay? So once we've done that, we can move forward to stand on top of the cobblestone. Then we can move forward again to be in front of the iron. Now we can destroy the block to collect the iron, and let's see how that works. Okay, we've done that. But now we see we want to do that 1 more time. So we can either add 2 more blocks by saying move forward again, just reset this, and destroy block again. Now we are still within our 8 blocks here, so this code is fine. Or we can just add a single repeat for this sequence here. We can say do that twice. So first you move forward 1 time, then you place the cobblestone ahead, then you move forward 1 time again to stand on top of the cobblestone. Then we want you to move forward to stand in front of the iron, and we want you to destroy the block. Then we want you to move forward again to stand where the previous iron block was so that you can destroy the next iron block. Okay. And there we go. Alex is happy. So I'm going to talk through the code 1 more time. So again, we identify the goal, which is place a cobblestone. And the second part of the same goal is we need to mine 2 blocks of iron. So the first problem we have is we need to get cobblestone there. We cannot do it from here, so we need to move closer to the lava, the molten lava. Then we need to place the cobblestone because the block that we have says place the cobblestone ahead. So this means it will place it in front of wherever Alex is facing. Then we want to move so that we stand on top of that cobblestone, and we can see it in this way, right? But now we're too far away still to mine this. So what we need to do is we need to move forward again, and we need to destroy the block, because that's how we mine. But we need 2 blocks. We can see here, mine at least 2 of the iron blocks. So this is saying no less than 2. So we can repeat this, and that would mean that we have moving forward 2 times and destroying the block 2 times, but it will first move forward and destroy a block, then it'll go back and move forward and destroy a block again. So 1 move forward is going to have 1 destroy block. But in total, we're doing each one of these 2 times. Okay, so if we were in the live lesson now, I would have asked you if we can move on, but I am assuming that you can get this done. So I'm going to move on, and while it does, I'm taking a sip of water, so excuse the silence. Okay, we do not watch these videos in class, but if you have the link at your home, then you can watch it. Okay, so now it becomes really tricky. Now we have a situation where, if we read this, you'll understand. It says lava is hiding beneath some of these blocks. So that is important. Beneath some of these blocks, not all of them. So we do not know where the lava is hidden, which you'll need to cover up before mining forward. An if command will come in handy here. Add a move forward command in the correct place to mine these blocks. And so what they're saying is, and the goal is, we need to mine the blocks, okay? This is saying repeat 7 times. They gave us this, so we can already count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to mine all the way to here. But what they're saying is, under these blocks, there might be lava. And we don't know where that lava is. So we need a way to check before we do something. But we can't run the code and stop it and then add something and stop it. We need to find a way to tell this character, Alex, to check and then do something if that is the case. So what we do is, I'm going to take this repeat out for now. We're saying destroy the block, right? So there we can see. And there is the problem already. There is lava there. So we cannot move forward, right? If we do, we're going to step in the lava. So now we use this block, which is an if command block. Now this if will tell, yes, if command will say, if there is lava ahead, then do something. So if this condition is true, then you need to do whatever we put in here. So we know that if there is lava, we want to place a cobblestone block. Excuse me. Because we can move on the cobblestone blocks, but we cannot move on lava. So now if we run this, you see that it happened automatically. Now we know that if there is a cobblestone block, we can move forward. So we add the move forward in there. Okay? But we also know that this needs to mine all the way to the end of this iron here. So there's 2 coal there and 2 iron that needs to be mined. So what we do is we say repeat all of this 7 times. So you're going to destroy a block, check for lava. If there is lava, place a cobblestone, then move forward. That's 1 repeat. The second repeat is destroy a block, check for lava. If there is no lava, do not do this because this is false. Just keep on and move forward. Because we don't want to place cobblestone if there is no lava, then we're just going to be creating a problem for ourselves. Okay. We're going to be placing new blocks where we just destroyed 1 block. So let me show you what that would look like if we do it this way. Now she's breaking, placing the cobblestone, breaking. Now the cobblestone is being placed on top of a block. You see that what happens? And that's not good because now she's just going to keep on mining that cobblestone 7 times. So we need that cobblestone inside this so that the cobblestone is only placed when this condition is true, only placed when there is lava. But when there is no lava, it skips this place cobblestone and it goes straight to the move forward. Let's run it and see. Okay, so mining, checking, nothing, do nothing. Checking, find lava, do something. Find lava, place cobblestone. Nothing, do nothing, just move. Nothing, just move. Find lava, place cobblestone, move. Okay. Just waiting for the screen to load. Right. I think we can continue because we're going to be diving into those if blocks a bit more now. Okay. So here it says, now things are getting tricky. Mine 3 redstone. That is our goal. Mine 3 redstone. And here we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 redstone there. Okay. Don't fall in the lava. Use an if command to place cobblestone over any lava you uncover. Now, when I did this with my grade 7, some of them came up with a much shorter solution. And I came up with a different solution. So however you do this, it's not wrong as long as you reach this goal. Okay? But for me, I find the easiest way to look at this is to divide it into smaller problems. So the first thing that I notice is if we want to move to this redstone, we're going to move 1, 2, then mine. Now, if we turn here, then we're going to move 1, 2, and then mine. And if we turn here again, we're going to do 1, 2, and then mine. So I already see that there is a pattern here, which means we can repeat something. Okay, the moment we can repeat something, we're automatically making our code shorter. Right. The other thing that I see is that the pattern is the same due to the fact that these redstones are at the end of each moving sequence. So my first problem is we need to solve this first path. We need to move, mine, and then check for lava and place something. So let's do that. To move, we say we move forward. Now we saw we have to move twice. Now remember, if ever you have to do the same action 2 times, if you put it in a repeat and you say 2 times, okay, we are using 2 blocks. This is counting the when run block. We know we've added 2 blocks, right? If we put move forward twice, it still uses the same amount of blocks. So the repeat only becomes necessary if we have 3 move forwards or if we are doing 2 actions twice. Okay, so you can see those 2 actions are the same, but we're using 4 blocks to do that. If we put that inside a repeat, then we're only going to be using 3 blocks to do that. Right. So that's just some trivia there for you. So my advice is we just place 2 move forwards. Now we are here and we want that redstone. So we need to destroy that and we need to test. Okay. Now we see there is lava underneath that. So we need to find a way to cover up the lava. We can't just say place cobblestone because what if there is no lava? Then it's going to place the cobblestone on top of another brick and then we're going to get stuck again. So we want to use this if command and we want to say if there is lava ahead, then you place the cobblestone. So if this statement is true, then you do this. So now we can see that works. Okay. And then what we want to do now is we want to obviously end up there and then turn to go up. So we're going to move forward again and we're going to say turn left. Now all of this, let's see first if it works. Okay, so we see that we have now found the solution for the first problem. Now we have the same problem repeating another 2 times. So in total, this solution needs to happen 1, 2, 3 times. So we can just put this in a repeat that will repeat 3 times. The only concern that I have is this last turn left. So I'm hoping that it won't make Alex accidentally walk into the lava there. I don't think it will, but let's see. Okay, so there we go. Our problem has been solved. Now I want you to take note here. This block here and this block here, there was no lava under this redstone. So if we didn't use this if, and we only said place cobblestone, What would have happened is the same problem we had earlier. We would have placed the cobblestone on top of something else, and then we wouldn't have been able to move there. Now check. You see, that's not a good idea. So we want to use this if block so that that cobblestone is only being placed if this statement is true. If the statement is false, then the cobblestone does not get placed. You can see it skips the placed cobblestone ahead if there is no lava. Okay. It's difficult to follow with this yellow outline on the code, but it's easy to understand when we explain it. Okay, great job. You've gathered lots of resources and built a modest home. Now lay rail from the edge of the map to the door of your house. So all of this, great job. You've gathered lots of resources and built a home. That's got nothing to do with our goal. Absolutely nothing. That is just giving us a pat on the back, saying, good job, you've made it this far. But now this is our goal. We need to lay the, we need to lay the rail from this edge of the map until we reach our house. So what we want to do is we want to obviously use this place rail block, but I think we first need to turn. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We're going to place the rail. We can place the rail and then turn, but I'm feeling that if we do this like this, there might be a pattern that's going to come up here. Then we want to, place the rail where we're standing and then move forward, right? Let's see. So there we go, place the rail and move forward, great. Now we want to repeat that a number of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So we put this in here and now we're going to check if this works, because I am afraid if we do 7, we might cross over and end up there. And I think that's what's going to happen. No. I'm sorry, we don't want to turn right 7 times. We want to turn right only 1 time. We want to place the rail and move forward 7 times. You see what happens when you're not paying attention? Okay, so this is as I expected. That's not a good place to be. So now we know the problem is not with the code that we wrote, this code, to create the rail. The problem is by the how many times. So we can just come here and adjust our repeat block. We don't have to fiddle with this code. We can just leave that the way it is. Aha, that's better. Okay, so now we know we've placed rail all the way here and we're standing here facing this tree, but we want to face the house. So we want to turn right again, and then we want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rails again. So what we can do is we can just repeat this entire thing 2 times. Because we've now identified that the problem to solve this and the problem that the solution to solve this problem and the solution to solve that problem is the same. So we can write this code again underneath this, but now we are already using 5 blocks. So we only have 4 more blocks that we can use. We might be able to do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, but why use 4 more if we can only use 1 more? And put everything inside a repeat. We've done nested loops before, so this is a nested loop. Okay, so let's see. And there Alex is now in the minecart traveling on the path to wherever Alex needs to go. Okay, so I want to talk through this just one more time. So what we did was we first identified the single problem that we had. That single problem was we wanted to place a rail here and we wanted to move this way. So before we can do that, we have to turn right. Then we can say, okay, place the rail. Then we moved forward, right? So now we found the solution for our first small problem. The second small problem is what we've done here, except the turning right, because now we've already facing this way. If you turn right again, we're going to go towards the tree like I did the first time. So we want to do what we did here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 more times, including this. So that's 6 times in total. So what we do is we just place the code that is solving that problem into a repeat of 6 times. Okay, and now we end up here. And we can see that this is also going to be a turn right to go that way. And then we want to start placing rails immediately again. Remember now, this block doesn't have a rail. And then we want to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. So it's again 6 times in total. So instead of writing this code again, we can just put everything inside a repeat, because this is a nested loop and we've practiced nested loop. So nested loop is a loop inside a loop. And this loop now forms part of this sequence. This entire thing is a sequence, the loop included. Now when we run it, we see that we get where we need to and want to be. And Alex is happy because now she can travel on her minecart. Okay, so I think we can continue to the last puzzle for this lesson. Congratulations, you've completed all your puzzles. Now mine, build, and create something unique by using everything you've learned so far. So this map is huge. I actually want to show you something here. Okay, we're probably going to fall in the water. We don't want to fall in the water. Let's just make it a few less. But you can see here, this map is growing all the way. Look at that, how big that map is. Okay, so I'm not going to create something crazy here, right? Because there's no fun in you just watching me do this. What we can do is just do one small solution. We want to move forward. We said that was 5 times. Then we want to check if there is water ahead. Then we want to place a cobblestone ahead to create a cobblestone bridge. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so that gets us to there. Then we want to move forward again. I think if I remember correctly, that was 3 times. And then we want to destroy the block and move forward perhaps another 3 times, so that we're just mining into something there. All right, let's see. Okay. So you can already see it's happening off of the map, right? But what I'm trying to tell you here is that there's a lot of things that you can do here. You can mine this way, you can come and shear some sheep, you can chop off the trees or chop down the trees, you can start building a house here. Whatever you want to do, this is for you to go and play. But what I do want you to do is, after you've played here and you click on finish, it's going to give you this. So either I want you to ask your mommy and daddy to click on the print sign here and print it to PDF, and then they can send me the PDF on an email, or they can copy this link and just send that link to me in an email. Okay. And then I would like to see what creations you guys have made and you came up with, right? So there's my email address for your parents to send these things through to. And tomorrow we are going to start with some more conditional blocks, if else with be, and we will do lesson 1 to 5. So thank you so much for attending this recording. Sorry that the live lesson couldn't happen, but we are working around the clock to get all the technical things sorted out while we are growing and expanding into a much larger school, so that we can reach more children and help to create a different way of learning during these uncertain times. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for supporting us. Invite your friends, go and give us a follow on these social media handles, and use these hashtags when you speak about us on social. Have a great day, and I will see you guys here tomorrow again. Bye-bye.